There are few feelings quite like standing on your own land. Doesn't matter if it's huge acreage, a working farm, or just a nice piece of vacant ground.
Hmm.
And inviting people out, friends, family, coworkers, sharing that space you own, it feels amazing, like a real accomplishment.
It absolutely is a huge sense of pride. But let's be honest, the second you open that gate to guests, that pride gets kind of mixed with, well, a heavy dose of liability worry.
Yeah, that legal risk, the what if someone gets hurt? What if there's a conflict or worse, a lawsuit? That can really sour the whole experience, can it?
Keeps a lot of landowners up at night. Definitely. It's a big
Yeah.
responsibility.
Exactly. So, our mission today is to tackle that anxiety head on. We want to swap out that vague worry for some really concrete actions you can take.
Right.
We've dug into this great 7-step guide. It was originally put together for property managers and owners of vacant land. And it basically turns that fuzzy idea, be responsible, into an actual actionable checklist.
And this advice comes from a solid source shared via the American Hunting Lease Association. So it's practical stuff.
So the goal here for you listening is to walk away feeling like you have a clear 3-part process, really. Something that balances keeping people safe with, ironclad liability protection for yourself.
Yeah, we're moving beyond just talking about it. We're getting into specific strategies, things you can actually do to protect yourself and, frankly, your family's asset.
Okay, let's dive in. First big theme. It's all about setting up the paper trail and legal defense. This is where it starts, right? Before anyone even steps foot on your property.
Absolutely. And step one is simple but crucial: document. Document everything.
Okay, document. That sounds broad. What specifically are we talking about here?
Well, think of documentation as the absolute foundation of your legal defense. If, heaven forbid, you end up in a legal situation, you need proof. Proof that you acted responsibly and critically when you acted.
Ah, the when.
Yes. The sources we looked at really stress noting the dates and times of any corrective actions you take on the property.
Okay, that's interesting. Why is the date so critical? Why isn't just saying, oh yeah, I fixed that broken step last fall enough?
Because that specific date counters something lawyers call constructive knowledge. It's this idea that if a hazard is there long enough and you haven't fixed it, the law can kind of assume you should have known about it, that you were negligent.
Ah,
But
but
if you could pull out a note dated saying, check the trail last Tuesday, fix the railing Friday, boom, you've shown you were proactive, you were responsible. It just demolishes that claim of ongoing negligence, completely tilts the scales in your favor.
wow, okay. That's powerful. So besides fixing things, what else needs to go in this documentation pile?
Document conversations.
Yeah.
Seriously. Jot down notes from pre-visit chats with guests. Did you talk about known hazards? Did you explain the property lines? Write it down.